that? Yo, are you seeing this? Let's talk about these armors. Do they belong in Halo 3? Do they belong in MCC whatsoever? Today we're going to look at some of the arguments for and against them. But first, we need to explain their origins. Halo Online. No, not this Halo Online. This Halo Online. Halo Online was originally a spin-offy multiplayer push for a Russian audience. Using Halo 3's engine developed by Saber Interactive, it was an odd one. With some remakes of Halo 3 maps and some entirely new maps, it's somewhere in between Halo 3, 4 and Reach in its art style. It also failed dramatically and was cancelled on August 24th, 2016. Fast forward a bit and the community dev teams of Halo fans got a hold of the assets and ended up finishing it to finally release the cancelled game, now known as El Dorado. The Halo community embraced El Dorado with open arms. Its modded charm gave a Halo experience previously unknown. There was also no Halo on PC at the time besides Halo Combat Evolved, and then it was taken down by Microsoft. Even to this day, you still can't get the same amazing mixed Halo modded experience that El Dorado offered. Though with MCC getting full mod support, I'm fully expecting to be doing this stuff in no time. Mods add so much replayability, they reach beyond the bounds that 343 are allowed to do themselves. Sorry, I know that I'm going off on a bit of a tangent about mods, I just love them so much. So Halo Online is cancelled in 2016, and then Halo Online 2, El Dorado, is taken down by Microsoft in 2018. But the assets are still ripe for the taking. It seems like an obvious evolution for the MCC to make use of these Halo Online assets, a way to add new content without spending too much resources and time on it. And so that's exactly what's happening with these new armors and rumors of the Halo Online maps on the horizon. You'd think, what's the problem? Well, the problem is this. Halo Online armors. Wait, no, sorry, this was already part of Halo 3. You could say they look a little bit upsetting. They don't look quite as bad in-game as they do in the Unreal Engine 4 view model, but they don't look as appealing as the surrounding Halo 3 customization options. And I'm absolutely fine with it. Let's talk about why I don't think this is a huge issue. This is probably the most common complaint, and it's fairly valid. However, I still don't see it as an issue. If you aren't opposed to the new armors, then this bit isn't directed at you. If you are, then hear me out. Would you be opposed to this kind of customization? What if we added a greatsword to your armor? Would that be out of place? What about if we added a golf club or a katana with a ninja armor set? Would these be out of place? The point I'm trying to make here is that there's already plenty of silly, goofy things in Halo 3 that contradict the rest of the art style. Bungie were never really worried back in the day about what is and isn't Halo. They just made what they wanted to play. Yes, art styles do exist, and I wouldn't expect to see goofy looking stuff to be added to the campaign outside of Easter eggs. But when it comes to the multiplayer, I don't think it matters quite as much. Their main focus should be what adds replayability to the game, not what preserves the authenticity of the original Halo 3. MCC is so much more than just Halo 3, and I'm glad they continue to expand upon it. Hey, real quick, I'm gonna keep this short. If you're genuinely enjoying the video, make sure you consider hitting that subscribe button. I'm really trying to push for 90,000 subs, so every new subscriber is very much appreciated. So thank you in advance and enjoy the rest of the video. Halo MCC is not a museum. What do I mean by that? I mean that MCC doesn't solely exist to serve as a 100% authentic rendition to the classic Halos. MCC was originally marketed as
exactly as it shipped 10 years ago.
However, I would say that the game has progressed far past its original scope at this point. All the numerous updates the game has received and the games as a service type model that the game now runs on. Some remasters and remakes of games are solely for the players to relive the classic experience with updated graphics on new hardware. But MCC is more than that now. The campaigns can be 100% and should be authentic, sure, but we aren't arguing campaign here. We're talking about the other half of MCC, the multiplayer. The multiplayer is a living, breathing machine, and if you stop turning the cogs, it just simply stops working. I think we can all agree that there's nothing worse for MCC than a completely dead multiplayer. I'm sure most of us here have experienced our fair share of low population multiplayer with the later years of Halo 5. Games take an age to find, and when you do find them, any enjoyment you might have had is lost to a 152 Timmy. And yes, I am level 152, so I'm talking about myself here. But these are the people that have committed their life to Halo 5 and play nothing but this game, and they are all that basically remain in the game now. MCC needs to stay relevant and fresh, especially while we endure the final stretch for Infinite. Adding Armour's maps, reasons to play, keeps it fresh and playable, and is precisely what the game needs, even if it doesn't look 100% authentic to its original self. Name another franchise that has brought back all their older games, campaign and multiplayers, all in one game, then ported all of them to PC and continued to add content to keep them relevant. There isn't one other dev that I can think of that has done this with a franchise. I would personally love a Battlefield collection, but I don't expect even close to the same treatment from EA, sadly.
Is this good for the player?
New content is new content. Even if you didn't play El Dorado, which is 90% of the community, then the new armors and maps are all fresh. And the fact we're even getting new content to a 14-year-old game nearly is absolutely astonishing. The way the Halo community reacted to these armors being added to Halo 3 was a little bit much, in my opinion. The Halo community has a gatekeeping issue. Aggressively rejecting content like this is nothing new. There are times where this amount of pushback is merited, but this isn't one of those times, not even close. Getting angry over a 14-year-old game getting new content, to me anyway, seems a little bit silly. I'm just happy that this game is still receiving any kind of update or just love full stop from 343. Now I'm going to address one of the dumbest arguments I've ever seen in the Halo community. And I want to make sure that people know I'm not straw-manning the opposing views by lumping it in with the other more valid points. Unfortunately, I don't have the original tweet since the account was deleted, but many of you might remember the tweet. The point they were making was when the weapon skins were added to MCC, it was essentially this. Having a toggle option doesn't matter because if a new player's first look at Halo 3 is at a streamer using silly non-Halo looking skins, it could hurt the franchise. This point to me is absolutely laughable. Halo 3 is a 14-year-old game. Attracting new players isn't its primary directive anymore. Why would the new gaming generation turn off COD or Fortnite to try a game that's probably older than them? Ironically, if anything, they'd be more likely to try Halo with weapon skins. The main goal for Halo 3 and MCC right now is to keep it fresh and replayable, and the only way to do that is by adding new content. I love Halo 3. Halo 3 is by far my favorite Halo game, but even for me, the game does get a little bit stale from time to time. So the fact that 343 are actually adding weapon skins and vehicle skins and even new visors to the game is very, very much appreciated. So even if I don't love every bit of these new armors, maybe there's some that I think even look a little bit funky, it's not going to ruin my enjoyment for the game. I play Halo 3 for the game itself. If there's a bit of armor out there that I don't agree with, I'm not going to wear it. If I see someone else wearing it, then it's not going to make me hate the game. I'll just be like, that person has terrible taste. Do the armors fit Halo 3's aesthetic as well as the original armors? For the most part, no. Would the game be better without them? No, I don't think so. I'm glad we're getting new content. 343 is looking into adding a toggle option. Here's the latest update on that. And if that's not enough for you, then I don't know what to say to you. Sorry. I look forward to the wacky mods and Halo Online content that awaits the MCC this year. I'm glad it's finally being put to use in an official way. If you didn't get the chance to play El Dorado, then you're in for a surprise. And if you did, you already know how much fun modded Halo can be and how cool the online maps were. The MCC still has a very bright future ahead of it. 2021 for this game is going to be pretty incredible. Obviously, I wish we were all playing Infinite right now, but the MCC still has a long road ahead of it, so I'm very excited to see where they take this game. So that's my opinion on the new content being added to the MCC. If you agree with me, let me know down in the comments. If you disagree with me, let me know why down below as well. Make sure you drop a like on the video if you did enjoy, and subscribe if you're brand new to the channel. I'm trying to hit 90,000 subscribers as soon as I can, so every new sub is very much appreciated. But again, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!